Hey pilots and ship goers, this is Skip here again, and pretty much finalizing this thing. I've just got to do the electrical underneath the thing, connect up all these strip lights and stuff. I'm going to run them down through and under the deck so you can't see all the wires, and I'm probably going to paint these strips like I did the white one up here. This was black too. up here, but I painted it white so you wouldn't really see it. So if you're flying this thing in the daytime, it's not going to look like it's all just got all these strip lights all over the place. At least the paint will kind of blend it in, but at night it's really going to look awesome. You can't miss it, right? But let's give you a demonstration. I've got everything hooked up here. Basically, I want to test out all the stuff before I go ahead and do all the wiring and tuck everything in and make it ready to go. I did do another float test on it today. I've got the batteries and the electronics pretty well battened down here where I want them now with the CG. I am going to have to put just probably a little bit of weight over here, and I'm kicking around the idea of just building a cool little box that'll just sit here and look like part of the ship, but it'll be a battery box, and that will run all my LED strips, and that would be the extra ballast I need to make it float perfectly level. It does have just a little bit of an up attitude when it's floating. So, and it's not going to take much. It's maybe about the weight of a 2200 3-cell battery would be sufficient to do the counterweight. Other than that, I was thinking about putting on one of those a little boat out there, you know, a little Zodiac or something like that. That might be cool. And actually use that as a battery. You just make it look like the thing. I'd have to find a toy to see if I could put it on there, but we'll see. You know, I'm always kicking around ideas. Anyway, we got a Power Hobby 3000 battery, and our 5200 11.1 3S battery here. I've got this one full charged up this time, okay, because I did have a couple of comments as to what I was doing with this little voltage deal in here, and it says, well, it shows receiver voltage only, but in my experience so far, it's been, and this is a test, I haven't checked this yet, this is raw footage here, guys. I'm going as I go here. The whole thing has just been right out of here. So, my theory is that somehow this receiver voltage is relative also to the cell voltage. So I've got a fully charged battery here now, and we're going to see what this little readout says coming off of the receiver. Okay, and then I'm going to show you I haven't hooked up the net and stuff yet, but I did do a cool little catch here for the fisherman's hook deal to retrieve planes, and I haven't tried this yet either, but I pulled up my old Mustang body here, and I'm going to set it on the side of the boat like we were pulling up to rescue a plane, and we're going to give it a try here, guys. It's either going to work or it's not going to work. So wish me luck here. This is the first dry run, first dry maiden here, but it did go out in the pool twice now, and it does float. I think it's going to work out pretty good. Let's get this baby hooked up, turn on our radio, and wait till you see what I did with the anchor, guys. This is kind of cool. You're going to like this. Okay, well, I'm going to have to look up his name again, but he was right. It is just the receiver voltage. It's not indicating what's actually in each cell. So this is receiver voltage here, guys. It was an experiment. I don't know why I put it there, but I wanted to see if that was any correlation. Just, I guess, coincidence. It was, you know, every time I tried it, it was on a halfway discharged battery, so the readings have been close. So anyway, let's fire this bad boy up. I'll show you how this thing and all the functions work. I had a gas doing this. I think it's something a lot of people could try this and just have fun with it. It took, what, a week? A little over a week. I'm not quite totally finished with it yet. I've got to get a little bit thicker wire. This is 24 gauge, not really heavy. It's fine for little LEDs, but it's not really good enough for these strip lights, especially if I'm going to run them either in parallel or if I'm going to run, well, it's basically still in parallel because of the extra circuit in there, but connecting them in a chain. It doesn't really matter. The voltage is the same the way they've got those things. Let's see here. Close this, make it look right. And I do have a warning indicator here that I'll be putting in with the battery, although I don't see really running out of juice on this thing. Okay, it's moving, and this is on a dry table. Alright, that's not bad. Let's see how the rescue thing works here. I've got this one hooked up, I believe, on my flaps. Okay, we need a little work with that. The idea here was with the bent cam on the wires that the wires would actually bend down or go down and lift up when they touch. But see, I guess I'm going to have to get the placement right. Get this out here a little more. Anyway, it's got hooks on here and it swings and it should be able to catch something. If I try it enough times with the drift, we'll work on this. This was an experiment anyway, guys. But you can see this stuff works, and then I've got the front one set up. It's going to go up and down with the net. I'll raise and lower the net. And instead of doing it that way, which would only bring it up about yay high, and you could still have a chance of bouncing it off, this is going to be more like flying it into a catcher's mitt with the net. So going to be hard to miss unless your depth perception is off and you're coming in too hot. But with those little micro sport cubs, you can float those things in and almost land them right on deck. So pretty cool, huh, guys? And then I will show you the anchor system over here, anchor/winch. And this one I've got hooked up to the rudder control. And you'll see a little bit I can go slow or falls out and back up. So the rudder control is going to work my anchor/winch. And ailerons work for rudder on this thing. So all my controls, my elevator up and down for trim on the boat, and all of that is back here off of this one. And that way I'm not interfering with my throttle. And nothing's going to really interfere with the winch position because that's automatically centered. But down, okay, down, and up. Now, no light demonstration tonight, guys. Like I say, I'm actually right now installing them, and the wires are all undone from underneath. And I'm waiting for the other module to come so I can do these, replace these two lights. And the module itself, we had a burnt out bank. So when we get that all together and I've got all the wiring done and these painted, we'll have our last final video, and then we'll take it out and float the boat. And that's just a 3S, guys. 4S actually moves this thing literally off the table fast. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I've had a good time doing it. Give a thumbs up if you've liked this. If anybody's interested or has any questions or wants to try this as a home project, it is a do-it-yourself deal, so we're not going to throw a patent on this. I don't have to worry about anybody stealing my idea because I'm sharing it. All right? You guys take care of yourselves. Hopefully get a plane out here pretty soon. My sails got kind of de-winded today with the, I thought I was going to be getting an FMS 1500mm Warthog, and I was told that my order had been back ordered. Instead of getting it in March, I might get it in April or May. So I just canceled the order. I'll take my chances and maybe just wait for the Freewing 1700mm that's coming out soon. Probably about the same time, and I think I'd be more than happy with that anyhow. All right, take care, guys. We'll catch you soon, and I'm going to get working on this thing just a little bit more, start tucking the wires in, and probably one more video besides the maiden. Thanks again. Have a great weekend.